And so one of the goals of our community is to make sure that we are doing the due diligence to understand the moment that we're in so that we can plan and make better decisions for the future, right? If you're anyone who is here decided to be here so that you can impact not just only the things that are happening today, but also tomorrow, and then pass that down to the next generation. And so much of what we read, while it's very informative and impactful, it also helps develop a mindset as to how we are to look at information we absorb, and then how that information then kind of filters itself through our lives and our lifestyle, right? This is not kind of just pick up a book, read it, and then, hey, answer questions. This is kind of like pick up a book, let's absorb it, and then be able to go out and share it and see how it impacts and it plays out in the real life economy. And I think this book is one of those type of books that invites you to read a chapter and then say, okay, where are we at in terms of where we're at today as it relates to what Ray Diallo was talking about. Now, I've mentioned his name quite a bit first, so let me do this. We have prepared our website to kind of create a flow in this conversation. So I'm going to share my screen and give you some insight as to who the author is and why we're kind of here in this book. So let me do this and share my screen. And if you have a question at any time, please feel free to ask. No questions is a bad question. It just might need a more in-depth response. Let's see here. Give me 1 second while I try to do this. That's interesting. Give me a moment. I'm having an issue with sharing my screen. Just give me a moment, y'all. I'm not sure why that's happening. Oh, here we go. Okay, cool. Got you. All right. If you can see my screen, just say, let me know if you can see where I'm at right now. It should say EYLU Lit Review. Do you see that?
Yeah, we can see.
Okay, cool. So again, I want to introduce a little bit. You might have seen this commercial, but Ray Diallo is all over the internet, and he has a lot of resources for people to kind of know a little bit more about who he is and what he's doing, and his thoughts and philosophies. And so, but this is one of the more fascinating ones that just recently came out. So let me give y'all that.
No audio.
I'm sorry, you said no audio?
Yeah, it's no audio.
Give me a second. Let me get that right. How do I get my audio right? Give me a second. So I got the audio, but it's not changed. I apologize for the delay, y'all. Give me a minute. No, I don't want that. Let's get the audio. Can you hear it? Can you hear it now?
No, it's the same.
Oh man. Okay. That is my bad. I apologize for that. So let me try to figure out that audio piece, but pretty much what that is a clip with Ray Diallo and Kendrick Lamar, who is an artist I'm pretty sure we're all familiar with. But Ray Diallo has now emerged across different artists, different people, to kind of provide kind of real life applications to high level economic principles, right? So if you take this book and you read it, you're gonna find a lot of verbiage that has a lot to do with economic cycles, but it also is explained in a very practical way. And so I take some of his language and teaching to be very applicable. And if you sit down with it and you just allow yourself some time, you can really pick up and learn a lot about how he sees the economy and how you can learn from the principles that he's laying out. So let me just tell you who he is. So Ray Diallo is an American billionaire, right? He is the chief investment officer at Bridgeway Associates, world renowned, as mentioned earlier, someone who has spent significant amount of time studying history, but also studying it as it relates to the economic cycles. So someone who has been relied upon to kind of forecast things that are coming in our economic system, so that his investment group and as all people who are following him can understand more about what it is to invest in assets at the appropriate time. Much of what kind of like what you're getting on Market Mondays, right? Ian, if you listen to Ian, Rashad, and Troy, they pretty much really prepare you to say, hey, listen, know the period and the climate that you are in, because knowing that will help you significantly with respect to making some gains and not to get caught up in the deficit or losing as you make investments. And so no one's perfect, no system is perfect, but it is also a means to helping make wise decisions while you are in your financial journeys. I apologize for the sound. Definitely want to get that in order because I wanted to show a couple more clips. So if anyone knows how why that might happen, there. If you think you need to connect the audio, okay. It's going to be a little bit challenging to kind of get there. No, we got a lot of experts here. I appreciate y'all. Perhaps. No, I appreciate that. So no, but we're going to move forward a little bit as I try to figure out how to kind of manipulate that so we can use the resource that's available to us through technology. In the video that I was trying to display, and it's on the website, so you can go back and look at the website at any point. What's happening is Kendrick Lamar is having a conversation with one of his bros about a business acquisition, and then how to get money to start that business and to keep it going, but in a very unconventional means, right? We know people who are at times who are all trying to make it, and his friends doing it in the kind of in means of gambling and getting money and resources, and gets caught up because someone owes him money. Well, Ray Dalio then flips it and kind of brings it into a very practical terminology, so that you can kind of see ways to expand and grow your business without taking the risk and the hustle of losing yourself in bad deals and bad transactions. So it's a very interesting way to kind of connect the two worlds. Some of us are coming to investing for the first time, and so being able to bridge complex ideas and concepts to very practical, very surface level information is critically important, so that we can make transitions and also entries into this economy. But one of the things that I wanted to make sure I share is that the reason why I think this book is important is because it's a good resource into to examine to how to see financial decisions and see how they're interconnected to the macro and micro economy, right? The macro meaning kind of the global view, but also micro meaning like your local view of what's going on. And so Ray Dalio talks about assets, he talks about liabilities, but he also talks about how to kind of manage and keep yourself disciplined to understanding the impact that debt can have on your decision making, but also the impact that assets, right, and what an asset is and what the economy is and the exchange of goods. We are in an economic condition that is defined as a recession, although many media outlets will kind of try to tell you different. But we've had two quarters of negative GDP, and so that there defines the recession period that we are in. Although there are some who are out there who do believe that this will not be a long cycle of recession. We all have to kind of be mindful and attentive to kind of the conditions that are happening in the markets, because we also know that this is an mid-year election cycle. And so that also gives us some indicators as to maybe something that might be coming down the pipe to maybe pull us out